Why can't we just make a decision to change a habit and do it? Well, in today's short thoughts and tips, you'll find another bit of neuroscience to help, because I believe understanding how things work can help us come up with smarter solutions. And when it comes to understanding how the brain works, the information can sometimes make a big difference. So we all know we can't do the same thing and expect different results. The trouble is, different can feel uncomfortable. So we either stop too soon, or worse, we don't even start in the first place because the thought of it is already too much. Why is this? Well, for our minds, change is the unknown. It's uncertainty. And what neuroscientists are telling us is that uncertainty registers in our brain much like an error, and we avoid errors. For our primitive survival brain, errors are dangerous. Errors can mean the end of survival. They can mean loss. And research shows we're wired with a major aversion to loss. This is why the primitive brain does not like change, and why we have a natural subconscious aversion to change. But the good news is that that's not the full story of our brain. That's the bit about the primitive brain. But thankfully, there's also the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is good at problem solving, good at reasoning, goal setting, and impulse control. So yes, subconsciously, we're driven by the primitive brain's programmings, but we're also our prefrontal cortex, our conscious part. And when we learn to notice and interject the primitive brain's subconscious patterns, bring ourselves into our conscious prefrontal cortex self, actions towards change will not only be easier, you'll perceive it as more enjoyable and interesting. And this is already a great start. And regular repetition of coming into this positive state, seeing that there is choice, and choosing a useful response then makes that unfamiliar more familiar in time and turns it into a new automated habit that you'll actually be happy to have. Now, it's not to say that there are not points of resistance in this process of change. There are, and I'll go into that in the next bite-sized thoughts and tips on neuroscience. But just knowing what we've discussed makes things easier already, and working regularly on yourself, by yourself, or with someone like me, a solution-focused hypnotherapist, an experienced person, will help a great deal more. The point is, acknowledge that changing a habit is learning something new, and learning is like learning to walk. You may wobble and fall many times, but at the end of the day, as a little child, you already had it all in you, everything you needed to figure that out. So it's very, very, very probable that you have everything you need within you now to figure this out, whatever this happens to be for you. There'll be more bite-sized thoughts and tips on the workings of our minds and other useful topics soon. Until then, take care of yourself, and remember, if you want some support, someone pointing you in the right direction with the added benefit of hypnosis to ease the process, you can simply book yourself in for a video consultation.